What is going on, guys? We are back with OG, and today we got an exciting video. We are going to be installing the Mega Squirt standalone controller for Coyote. This controller is going to support VCT, drive-by-wire, and of course, the Coyote itself. So this is a new setup that we're testing out, and it's already been tested in-house, but we're going to do some more testing, and it's going to be available to market for you guys here pretty soon. So I am really excited about it. This car has a stock Coyote ECU, and we're going to change that. And that is because for what we're about to do with this car and make it clean and go crazy with it, the build is going to escalate here pretty quickly. And with twin turbos, I wanted the most ECU control, especially when it comes to boost control with the twin turbo kit. Well, I got the intake manifold pulled off, and now I am incredibly confused. Those of you guys who know Coyotes, you're gonna be looking at this and saying, yo bro, that's a Gen 2 motor, nice. And I'm scratching my head because we pulled this engine out of a 13-14 fleet truck, but now I'm thinking it's a 14. This flange right here, this shows that these are actually Gen 2 heads, which means this is possibly a Gen 2 bottom end or Gen 2 rods. These are at 1000% not Gen 1 heads. They're Gen 2, they got the flange there. So then that begs the question of, do we even pull this motor out and do a Gen 3 short block? Or maybe we just send this thing home with boost, you know? 800-900 wheel horsepower, maybe tickle 1,000. I don't know, because if this is a Gen 2, then this thing is good for 800-900 all day long, especially on a turbo application. Anyways, we're gonna keep going, but that is something I saw that and I was like, wow, I can't believe I didn't notice that when we put it together. I'm gonna go look back at some footage and I don't know, just confirm that I'm not crazy, but yeah, that's crazy. Pretty much every piece to the power by the hour control pack type setup. We have the PCM, the fuse box from power by the hour, the engine trans harness and body harness. So all that stuff is now stripped out of here. I'm gonna work on clearing some stuff up here, you know, because we kind of have everything a little haywire. But then we're gonna start working on getting the actual Mega Squirt stuff. I'm hoping I can mount the ECU in car. I'm gonna try to figure out a few of those things. My gauge cluster will still work with all this because this is gonna be our oil pressure tap right there, which we can put to the stock sensor. And this is gonna be tack signal. Water temp is actually still wired and hooked up. So we'll have working stock cluster, AC, and everything with this setup. So it's a pretty easy switch over. We got the new harness just kind of laid on here. We're basically just going to start plugging some stuff in and just kind of see how this all lays out. There's a ton of stuff that we kind of want to delete from this engine bay, but it's going to be in due time. We're just going to try to see how this lays out and see where it brings us. I want to change this fuel line. It has a Y block here. I want to put that down in there, and you know, it's a little bit of a rabbit hole, but we'll get there. We're midway through on the Mega Squirt install, and it's a little bit more involved than I had originally thought. I am giving them some feedback on maybe some tweaks, so we might see some improvements there. I'm like customer number 1 with them, and it's kind of pre-production. There's a few things that I had to make, like I had to make the alternator harness that we have kind of just hanging out here. So I actually had to, that was the oil pressure harness. Don't listen to me, it's up over there. But I think if they just pre-made it, it probably would save a lot of people some time. So we'll talk with them on that. But part of rebuilding this car is going to be getting this thing super clean. So right now, these lines, this is the original Cobra fuel system, built this car on a budget. I had this laying around from when I parted out the Red Fire coupe. So we threw it on here. These lines running isn't that bad, but this Y block right here, it just looks awful. It's rubbed against the gauge and really tore that up. So we're gonna go ahead and make these fuel lines. We got some finish line factory fittings lines. I just started off with making this little 90 degree. So what I typically do is I leave the full length of 8AN. We'll run it there, run it to where we wanna go, cut it, put the other side of the fitting on. And we're just gonna basically get that Y block and possibly even the regulator out of the engine bay. A few hours went by, we kind of on and off, but I'm really happy with the result. If you guys saw the before clips of the Y block and just the nastiness over there, what we ended up doing, this is not my 1,000+ horsepower system. This is kind of a 800, 900, maybe 1,000 system, but we wanted to keep the fuel lines to a minimum. So what we did is we built from the feed line, we added in a flex fuel sensor. We brought it in to the rail over here. You can't even see the fuel line that's coming in here. I'm really pretty happy with the way that was run. Coming down this way, we got one line, so we got a crossover to feed the other rail. That's gonna come back, and then it hits back over here as a return, and we put the regulator down in the fender well. When we pull this fender off, we're gonna permanently mount it. Right now it's just temporarily mounted, but basically the idea here is in the engine bay is just delete anything possible we can while still retaining AC, heat. I also did that with this heater hose line. It used to run on top of here. We went and changed it and went under the intake manifold. So of course we now have working heat and AC still, but we're trying to basically tuck everything away. We also have a full hideaway AC kit, which is going to delete everything from here. So all this stuff is going to go out of the way. There's a lot of this little wiring. This is some of the stock factory wiring to keep our gauge cluster working. So we're going to work on cleaning this up and making sure that's all hidden and nice. But we even went and took away the relay box that was here and all the wiring over here. So that part's all gone, but still functioning. So we're deleting things, but making sure they're still functional. Because the idea here is to not build a car with an engine and a transmission, but something that's AC, heat, just all the amenities. So it's been a little bit of time since the last clips where we started doing the fuel lines and started getting the Mega Squirt Coyote standalone wired up. And well, we've just been so busy between the race car and everything else, but spent some time last night and this morning basically getting everything ready to start. So
Andrew's on a kick of getting things that haven't ran in a while started.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw in the clip of Turdzilla. I got that thing fired up. It runs. Yep. Power steering fluid everywhere. But it runs.
Runs great. Just
yeah.
shoots power steering fluid everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, like I worked all day on the Fox body over there, and I went inside and I sat down and like my mind was just racing. Like I was like, I need to do something. So I came out here and I was like, well, I pulled the whole harness off, and I made a TikTok on this, but I pulled the whole harness off and I was gonna replace it. I didn't, and we fixed the burnt up harness, put it back on. I fired it up, had a nice power steering leak, but that one needs just some fixing. That one's good to go. Now, next in line, OG. So we got the Mega Squirt in here. This is not 100%. We don't have widebands or anything hooked up, but I have a pretty good idea we can get it started up. We have already tested the drive-by-wire if you guys want to look at the throttle body. So, drive-by-wire. We got the laptop hooked up. I literally barely tuned it. I put it in the injector data and I put in E85 because we're on E85. So you want to start it?
Yeah.
Let's see
what happens.
I guess we'll see if that happens. fires up. We definitely need widebands too.
Yeah, that would help.
You can hear it sounds good. I mean, wideband helps a lot, but you can listen to it.
Still though, it's pretty sweet to have a Coyote powered by an MS3.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's dope. And we're big fans of the MS3. You know, Turdzilla's got an MS3. This thing has an MS3. The Cobra over there in the garage has one. My car has one. I mean, just about every new edge car over here, I actually think all the new edge cars have MS3s.
That one, Cobra, yours. Yeah,
everything.
They all got MS3. So, yeah, we're running. Did I? No, I didn't hook up a fuel pressure sensor yet, did I? I don't think so.
Nope.
Sounds pretty decent.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you can tell obviously the tune-up needs work. This car has sat for a while, but 120 full in town.
I think for no wide bands and just kind of sending it, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, not too bad.
Now we're gonna do every Coyote person's favorite racer mod. A little bit of chop. A little bit of chop.
Ghost cam, dude.
Perfect.
Dude.
On the fly. Instant.
Let me play with some timing. Dude, it sounds pretty sick, bro.
Actually does sound pretty good. That's freaking hilarious.
Obviously, the Megasport install took a lot longer than we thought, but we've already shown that it fired up really well, and now we can tune things live. We can do some really cool stuff with the Ghost Cam, which you guys have already seen. It actually sounds pretty cool. I just went ahead and got the widebands installed. So I had the Spartan V2 widebands. We installed that. It had an O2 sensor connector, which had power, ground, and sensor ground on it. Made that pretty easy to wire up. We're just gonna start it up one more time and probably wrap up this video. And I got a lot more of little things to do, clean up. This is not the final form, honestly. This car is literally going on the dyno for a little bit of kind of R&D testing, and then we're gonna blow it all apart and put twin turbos on it. So that's why you see a little bit of wiring stuff everywhere, because this car really has no intention of driving other than going on the dyno, because I want to rework everything. Everything in the bay is going bye-bye. All right, we got the Mega Squirt standalone, drive-by-wire, VCT, ghost camming. And we got some overlap commanded with the VCT. We got factory cluster working. And we have working AC. Hell yeah. figure out a way to like put that on a switch or something. So like I just flick it on and off. I mean, actually though, the way this VCT set up, I could probably leave it on there all the time because
this is smarter than even
it's much smarter than the stock ECU. So we might not need to switch it on.
Right.
And I'm so excited because the turbo is gonna be nasty.
It's gonna sound just like the 2021 again.
Dude, with the twin, the 6266s, it's gonna be like.
Yeah, it should be pretty sweet.
It's gonna be sweet. So if you guys are excited, obviously you saw Turdzilla as a little Easter egg start up in this video. We got this one started up in this video.
We got some more progress back there.
Yeah, we're working. We're sweaty. I saw some comments saying, "Why do you guys always look sweaty?" Like it's Florida, bro.
Yeah, it's hot as heck out here, dude.
It's hot. So
the armpit of the United States.
If you're loving the content though, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video with your friends. I don't know anyone else out there doing as much cool modular Coyote Ford content. There's no one that comes close to the stuff we do. So if you like the stuff, share it, get it out to more people, and we'll see you